All right, so sorry about that. We got cut off there. But what I was saying was all we have to basically do at this point is just play matchup. So y is y, m is negative 1, and we already know that m, m, and m represents our slope. That's what we're trying to find from numbers 5 through 8. So all we have to basically do is play matchup here and just understand that m is always the number in front of x, or in math terms, slope is always the x's coefficient. So therefore, m is just negative 1. No math really involved there, just a little bit of knowledge and understanding what slope-intercept form is and which variable represents slope. And please remember that is letter M. So that brings us to the second page, and which is 9 through 12. And through all of these, we are graphing each line, and we're graphing them given slope-intercept form. So once again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So when it comes to these, please remember that y is y, x is x. So the two things that every single equation gives us is m, which is slope, and b, which is our y-intercept. Now, all we have to do is identify them. So m, once again, is just whatever is directly below it. So m is 3 over 2. And our b, which is our y-intercept, is going to be 0, negative 4. And the reason we write it as an ordered pair is because there are a bunch of negative 4s going on. And if you just say negative 4, we don't exactly know what you're talking about. So we write it as an ordered pair. So therefore, we're going to go to 0, negative 4 on our graph. And that's our y-intercept. That's where it intercepts the y-axis. So we're going to plot our first point there. That's our intercept. And then we are going to use slope. And as we just learned from numbers 5 through 8, slope is rise over run. Now, if it's positive on the rise, it's going to be going up. If it's negative, it's going to be going down. When it comes to running, if it's positive, it's going to be going to the right. And if it's negative, it's going to be going to the left. So for this one, it's going to be rising 3 and running 2. So in other words, it's going to be going up 3 and right 2. So if we go up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 2, we get a point right there. And once we have 2 points, we can simply draw our line through those. And that should be our line. Now, an easy way to check yourself is to, one, you could graph it in your calculator, and I'll do that on the very last one just to save some time. We can also just refer back to our slope. And since our slope is positive 3 over 2, we know that it needs to be going uphill the entire time. So since it is going uphill, we know it is a positive slope. And so therefore our graph is more than likely correct. So now let's look at number 10, and we'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and clear that off. So if you need to see that a little bit longer, please just go ahead and erase or pause the video. I'm sorry as I get ready to erase it. So for number 10, once again, we have slope-intercept form. So all we got to do is play matchup. M is always the number in front of x. So our slope is going to be negative 3 over 5. And our y-intercept, which is b, is going to be 0, 5. So we always start with our y-intercept because with our y-intercept because it is a starting point. So we are going to go to 0, 5 and plot our first point. Then we are going to use our slope. Now, when it comes to negative numbers, we can either give the negative to the top or we can give it to the bottom. We just have to choose. Now, for this one, we can't go up 3 because then we'll be off the graph. So we got to give the negative to the top. So therefore, it's going to look like negative 3 over 5, which in other words just means down 3, and since my 5 is positive, right 5. So we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then right 5. We're going to plot a point, and then all we got to do is draw a line. Now with this one, our slope is negative, and if we were to look at this graph from left to right, because that's how we always read our graph, this one would be going downhill, and since it is going downhill, that just lets us know that our slope is negative. So far, so good. Now, with number 11, these do get a little bit trickier. They are still in slope-intercept form, but with these, our slope is not really rise over run. So if we do play matchup, it's the number in front of x, so our slope is going to be -2. So, oh, no, we can't do that. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So m equals -2. Now, in order to make it rise over run, all we got to do is put it over 1. Because anytime we put something over 1, it doesn't change its value, but it does give us our rise, the top, over the run. So anytime we are just given a whole number, like for number 11, all we got is -2, all we do is put that over 1. So our y-intercept is 0, and then b, which is 4. So we're going to start there. So we're going to go to 0, 4, plot a point, and then we're going to use our slope, which is -2 over 1. In other words, we're going to go down 1, or down 2, I'm sorry, and then right 1. So down 2, right 1. We have our second dot. So then we just draw our line. And once again, is this one going downhill? Yes. Should it be? Absolutely, because we know that our slope is negative. So now for number 12, once again, we have slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So therefore, our slope is going to be 3. And if we want to convert that into a fraction, all we got to do is put it over 1. Our y-intercept is simply b. But as an ordered pair, it's going to be 0, 2. So we're going to go to 2. We plot our point, and then we just use our rise over run. So we're going to go up 3 since it's positive, and right 1 since it's positive. So up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1 is our second point. Then we just draw our line, and that is it. So please just remember as you're going through these, slow down, take notes when necessary. Some of the biggest mistakes that happen are our slope. We just have to remember that if it is negative in the top, it's going to make it go down. If it's negative on the bottom, it is going to make it go left. So please, please, please just watch this video and come in prepared with any other questions, and we will redo the quiz more than likely on Monday. So please take the time this weekend to watch these videos. If you do watch the videos, the bonus that you can put on the very back of your quiz at the bottom on Monday is breaks. So if you do that, you'll get an extra 5 points. Thank you for watching the video, and please come in with any questions that you may have.